David, we left it late, but 3 points here today. What are your reflections on that match?
Really pleased with most of the first half. I thought we had a really strong, dominant performance. We carried a lot of attacking threat, a lot of control, rarely troubled in a defensive sense. We challenged the defensive line to be a bit more aggressive, to close gaps, and I thought they did that really well. We challenged the forward players to carry attacking threat in terms of running without the ball, going against the back line, creating opportunities, not necessarily always being with the ball, but creating space for somebody else because of your movement. I thought we did that really well, and the bit that was missing, unfortunately, was just the bit inside the penalty box that gets you the goal. So that was the only frustration in the first half. Second half, I thought was a little bit more open than what we'd like it to have been. Part of that's probably because we were chasing the game to try and get ourselves ahead, and that leaves yourself open at times, which unfortunately allows one or two opportunities for Berwick, where that puts us, maybe makes the boys feel a little bit more uneasy than what they needed to be, because it was a game I thought they did really well for the most part.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously there was a lot of good approach play in the first half, but it was just the end product that was missing inside the box.
Yeah, and it's something that if you look over the course of the season, we've not necessarily struggled to score goals. It's something we've been very strong at. Today, obviously, we've not managed to do that until late in the game, and it just shows, that as much as the first half I thought we'd created more chances, a bit more control. Second half maybe a bit more open, but we still managed to get the goals at that point, and it just shows you games doesn't matter how the games pan out, at some point we carry an attacking threat. The first one comes from a set play, which is fine, it's okay. I thought the delivery was excellent from Robbie, and I thought obviously Connor got a nice flick onto that was great for Connor, because obviously he's been playing most of the time at centre back this season, so for go and score on that one, we're actually pleased for him.
You must be pleased at the persistence of the side to keep going in those conditions and eventually get the winning goal.
Sometimes these games are actually better for them, because for all the control they had in not scoring, they have to find a way to to persevere, to be patient, but still maintain the control and threat that we had. We obviously will look back in the game, we'll challenge the players at different points to say, was that the right decision? Because sometimes we'd argue maybe control was better than try to kill and try and make a difference at that point. But equally, the players on the pitch to make decisions, we can't make them for them. And a lot of times they get it right. Sometimes we'll get it wrong, but that's just the way it pans out. But then you look at the second goal. I think John Leufeco steps through pressure, great reverse pass into Robbie, who's a flick round the corner to Charlie, who I think lifts it over the goalkeeper. So an excellent goal. And the third one, obviously, it's brilliant to see James come on off the bench and have an impact and scoring a great run through from a through pass again. So just a good performance, with bits that will always look to be a little bit more tidy at certain points.
Must also speak to the fitness level of the players, that they can come on strong in these games and eventually get those goals.
Well, every day they train at that level. Every day we challenge them to, we'll focus on what we do with the ball, what we'll do tactically within the game, but it's all got to be done at an intensity that gets them. It's not just about getting to the game round here, it's in performing today. It's how can they get themselves close to the intensity of the first team, and that's ultimately the objective of these lads, and to be able to go and sustain it, I'm not surprised. And we'll hopefully keep pushing those levels that whenever the games come up, they're ready to go either way.
And just a word on Lewis's performance, he made a big stop at a crucial time in the second half.
Excellent save. I think the scoreline was actually 0-0 at the point, and he's done it before. I'm not surprised, and to see him do it again, it's a strong part of his game. He's short stopping, standing up long enough to make the striker make a decision, and he goes and pulls off the save. But yeah, excellent. And
just looking ahead to midweek, different obviously conditions compared to today, but it's another opportunity for the boys and another challenge as well.
Yeah, we'll now look at Napoli. Obviously, up until now, when we look at the game that's been sitting in front of us, that now is Napoli. We'll remind ourselves of what threats they had and what opportunities we had within the last game. It is an away game, which makes it a little bit different. We've noticed within the games it tends to be when you go to the away venue, the games tend to be a little bit different. With an AstroTurf pitch as well, obviously a little bit warmer than what it was here today. So we'll look forward to it, we'll prepare ourselves, we'll remind ourselves what we did really well in the last game against Napoli, and we'll try and set ourselves in a position to put ourselves in a strong performance again for this one.